Okay, you're on time.
So I'll talk you through what happened on Friday.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Well, we were meant to get evicted. I'm just going to put these down. Sorry. We were meant to get evicted on Friday, but we got a stay of execution for 2 more weeks. So then we staged a protest outside House of Parliament, a sit-down protest. We blocked the road, and then a few hours later, we walked down to Downing Street, sat down, peacefully singing songs, and then the police soon came up to us and started individually saying, if you don't leave, we'll arrest you because you're blocking the highway, which we weren't. There was a space for everyone to walk past. So then they arrested 17 people. There weren't enough space in the cells, so they spread us around Paddington, Belgravia, Charing Cross and Heathrow, and they let some people off with cautions, but they sent me and 2 other girls to Holloway prison the next day because we were unable to pay a £95 fine in court. Usually the judge says to us, don't worry, you spent a night in the cells, it's cleared. But this time we had a different judge, a male judge, and he was like, you either pay or you go prison. So we went prison and he sent us to prison for 7 days. So we come out on Tuesday, but then Simon, in an act of protest, went back into the court with a banner saying peace, and that he's in contempt of the court, and he got in trouble and he was sentenced to 20 days in Wandsworth prison. So he's in there until Monday. I know, it's so unjust, corrupt. It just confirms that again. But I'm willing to do what I did again and again and just keep going through it, because I knew at some point it would be a sentence and I'd be going to prison.
So for someone going into a court holding up a peace banner, they gave him 20 days?
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's shocking. No.
Good one, eh?
Thank you.
Be safe, man.
I was there at the protest with Simon. I was standing at the side waving the peace banner, and what Simon and the collective group done was sat down outside the Houses of Parliament with the peace sign saying stop the war in Afghanistan, and they were arrested for sitting down peacefully, you know, for no longer than 2-3 minutes, and then they were subject to arrest, taken away in prison vans and sentenced to 20 days in prison, 21 days in prison. And these people are peaceful people, and the vast majority of them have never been in prison in their lives, and it's going to be an absolute traumatic experience for them, for simply standing up and saying peace. And I think that is absolutely deplorable and shocking in a so-called democratic country. We have a right and a duty as democratic citizens to stand up and voice our opinions, and our opinion is democracy. We want true democracy. And this government is not even an elected government, it's a hung parliament. They've pushed their way in, and then they themselves are pushing us into prison vans. Is that democracy? No, there's no democracy. And the more people that understand, the better. There's no real democracy in this country. All that's happening in this country is theft by hundreds and thousands of bankers, not in just this country alone, but around the world. They're lining their own pockets. The country was almost at collapse, had to be bailed out by banks around the world. And then what happens when the economy starts to get a bit stable again? Although we owe trillions in loans, what do the government do? They reward the bankers again with millions and millions of pounds in bonuses, and it's wrong, and it's fundamentally wrong. That is not a democracy. That is theft from the taxpayers, theft from the people. And the people who oppose that, they're sending them to prison. They want to shut them up and keep them quiet. But no, we will carry on, we will fight on, because we believe in democracy and peace all around the world, and bring our troops back home from Afghanistan. We have no right to impose our rule of law and our so-called levels of democracy upon another country. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. Come out now. Peace here, peace there, peace here, peace there, and all around the world. Peace. End of.
Cheers.
Right, no problem.